From the New York Comic Con, Marvel revealed that this summer would be dedicated to the symbiotes. Now, with the release of the applications for the month of June, we have new details about the future of Venom and the rest of the publisher's symbiotes. This month not only marks the 35th anniversary of the Lethal Protector's debut, but will define symbiote stories for years to come. If you haven't noticed, Marvel has begun publishing new series centered on these beings, as well as creating new ones. Let's start with the comics that will arrive in May. Here we have a weekly story starring Spider-Man 2099 where we will see the birth of Carnage 2099. The title of this event will be Spider-Man 2099, Dark Genesis, and it will consist of 5 issues. Steve Orlando, who wrote Spider-Man 2099 Exodus, returns to write this story. Art is provided by Justin Mason. This series will be a tribute to Maximum Carnage, the best-known event of the Red Symbiote. Here we will see Miguel O'Hara join forces with Punisher 2099, Blade 2099, Venom 2099, Daredevil 2099 and more to stop this mysterious new Carnage, which has its own army of villains. For now, the identity of Carnage 2099 remains a mystery, but thanks to Ken Lashley's cover art, we get our first look at this character. If you haven't read the last few issues of the Carnage series or the Deadpool ones, you should. Well, in these we see the return of Cletus Cassidy, who had been dead since the events of Absolute Carnage. After returning from the dead, Cletus decided not to symbiosis with Carnage again. Instead, the Psycho took control of the Extrembiote armor that Tony wore during King in Black. Cletus plans to unleash a massacre on New York, and it's up to Miles Morales, Iron Man and the Red Goblin to stop him. This event will be called Carnage Reigns and will consist of 7 parts. The comic will have a script by Cody Ziglar and Alex Paknadel, the current writers of Carnage, Red Goblin and Miles Morales. The art will be provided by Federico Vicentini, Francesco Manna, Julio Zota, Jan Bazaldua and more. The story will begin in May with Carnage Reigns Alpha number 1, moving through Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 6 and Carnage number 13. In June it will continue with Red Goblin number 5, Carnage number 14, Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 7 and will conclude that same month with Carnage Reigns Omega number 1. Red Goblin number 4 will also arrive in May, a comic where we will see Normie Osborn work with his grandfather, Norman Osborn, now become the hero known as Gold Goblin, to stop a mysterious villain. The synopsis suggests that this alliance might not turn out very well. Marvel promised new comics as part of Summer of Symbiotes and now, 2 new titles are confirmed. First we will have Cult of Carnage, Micery, a 5-issue miniseries by Sabir Pirzada and Francesco Mortarino. Here we will see the birth of a new symbiote called Micery. This symbiote will be created by Alchemax, under the order of director Liz Allen, who will be remembered for being Harry Osborn's ex-wife and Normie Osborn's mother. Liz will be the new carrier of the symbiote, which she will use to find out who stole the symbiotes from the Life Foundation and Toxin, as well as protect her son Normie from his grandfather. So far, only the synopses for the first 2 issues that will be out in May and June have been revealed. The second series announced is Extreme Venomverse, which will be a sequel to Venomized. In case you don't remember, this concept was born in 2018 and the idea was to show us different versions of Venom from across the multiverse. They would work together to defeat the poisons, extra-dimensional beings that threatened to devour all Venom symbiotes. The concept turned out quite well as we had a prequel series Edge of Venomverse, followed by the main event Venomverse, and 2 sequels Poison X and Venomized. Now, Extreme Venomverse will bring back the symbiote multiverse. This series will consist of 5 numbers and each one will have 3 different stories. The first number has a script by Ryan North, Mirka Andolfo and Leonardo Romero. In the first story we will meet Eddie Brock, the Amazing Spider-Man. In the second, Mirka Andolfo will present us with a never-before-seen facet of Eddie's family. Finally, we will have a story starring a Venom Samurai. The second issue will include stories by Al Ewing, David Pepose and Clay Champman. In the first story we will meet a variant of Black Cat that has joined the Venom symbiote. The next story is located in Marvel 1602, where we will meet a Venom from the Victorian era. The third and final story will center on a cyborg Venom. Extreme Venomverse number 3 will introduce us to a new She-Venom from the Old West under the direction of Taran Killen and Rod Reese. The first prehistoric version of Venom will debut in this comic by Jed MacKay and Danny Earls. Venom Space Knight returns under the direction of Ty Templeton, although the synopsis suggests that the character will die in this story. While we don't have any more details about this series yet, Marvel has teased that everything we'll see here will lead up to the death of Venomverse, the event that will close Summer of Symbiotes and the symbiote's 35th anniversary. The publisher shared this illustration by Philip Tan and Scott Williams to promote the event. This is an obvious homage to the covers that Jim Lee did for the X-Men. Marvel promised to reveal more details during C2E2 this year. For now, that's all the information on the new Symbiotes comics, but what happened to the regular Venom series? The May synopsis for Venom number 19 tells us that here we will see Eddie reach true enlightenment, which will lead to the creation of the most powerful version of the symbiote yet. The synopsis for Venom number 20 is somewhat confusing. Here we will see how Eddie finally returns to his universe with the help of the King in Black. Unfortunately, this doesn't confirm to us if he's talking about Null or another King in Black. In Venom number 21 we will see Eddie face off against Bedlam, who is a corrupted version of Eddie himself. In addition, we will see the debut of a new enemy, which has not yet been formally announced. Finally, Marvel confirmed that we will see a new digital comic series centered on Extreme Venomverse, which will be announced during C2E2. Most likely, this new series will be similar to Spider-Verse Unlimited. That is to say, it will present us with a small story starring a different Venom in each issue. So far, this is all we know about Summer of Symbiotes. If you would like us to upload any of these series to the channel, let me know in the comment box. We are the Comic Awakens and we'll see you in the next video.